Welcome to the Heroes Initiative powered by IPCA. These heroes are instrumental in improving quality of life of the patients. Today we have one such hero who has improved life of tens and thousands of such patients. Doctor, we welcome you to the Heroes Initiative by IPCA. So doctor, let's start with the dry eye, a family problem. My first question for you, what are the common symptoms of dry eye and how can I tell if my family members might be suffering from it, doctor?
So dry eyes, it is actually a spectrum of conditions. So it is a condition which literally means that the eye, the amount of moisture that is naturally supposed to be there. However, in medical terms, there are a number of perspectives to it. Like when we define dry eye, so there are a number of ways to define that. From the medical perspective, when the tear film height of the eye goes to below 2 millimeters, that is when we clinically define it as a dry eye condition. However, there are more symptoms to it than these simple definitions. The first and the foremost symptom that the patient feels is there is gradual tightening of the eyelids. There is a generalized heaviness. So whenever we watch the mobile phone or the laptop in less amount of light, there's a bit of water trickling down the edge of the eye. So this actually is a precursor or an indication of dry eyes. So coming to the primary question as to what are the natural, the common symptoms, say you're looking at something, for a split few seconds, everything seems translucent, not as transparent or as clear as it would normally be. And then after a few blinks or rubbing the eye or putting water in the eye, again the vision becomes clearer. Also, in severe conditions, there is always a sensation of something sitting inside the eye, as if, dust has entered the eye or sand has entered the eye. So there's this particular gritty feeling. So I think this as a whole compiles what dry eye feels like to the patient himself or herself.
Are there any lifestyle changes or home remedies that can help manage dry eye symptoms for my family?
Yes. Fortunately, the line of treatment for dry eyes starts at lifestyle modification. First and foremost, the funny part is that lifestyle modification that we mean actually means leading a normal, healthy lifestyle. So if your screen is below 3 hours, if you're eating healthy food, that what we are normally supposed to do, that itself or those itself are preventive to occurrence of dry eyes. So the first and foremost in today's world, controlling dry eyes starts with limiting the screen time exposure. Now there are two perspectives to it. First is, the general rule is as the size of the screen increases, the occurrence of dry eye decreases. Which means regarding screen, the worst form is a mobile phone. A little better would be a tab. A little better would be a laptop. Better would be a desktop. Better would be a television. So you see, as the screen size goes down, the occurrence or the incidence of dry eyes goes up. This is because we are viewing the same amount of pixels through a smaller area. So the eyes, the muscles of the eye, the cells of the eye, they have to strain more to see that limited amount of, visual perimeter. First. Second is obviously opting for a healthy diet habits. Diet habits include a constant source of green leafy vegetables, vitamin A, vitamin E, and certain minerals like zinc, selenium, omega-3 fatty acids. Now, I can speak from the West Bengal perspective or the Kolkata perspective that consuming fish is actually very beneficial for the eye. Because not only does it have a lot of nutrients, it is very rich in, as we all know, omega-3 fatty acids. So they have a preventive role. For people who are non-vegetarians or do not like to consume fish, good options would be consumption of milk, almonds, and walnuts in more amounts. Milk, as we had studied from our school days, is a complete food and that has all the minerals that are required for a normal, healthy lifestyle. Next would be to increase our outdoor exposure. Means, if you're a student, try to read in an open light source, say in a balcony or outside, for at least half an hour in the entire day. Then keeping the readable object, that is the book or the screen or whatever, at an appropriate distance from the eyes. The appropriate distance means at a minimum distance of 14 inches. Next, for people who are working on the computer, like people from the IT industry, or nowadays for everyone, as a fact, usual rule of using a screen is at eye level and at a minimum distance of 16 to 18 inches. Plus, for people who are working on the computer for long periods of time, there's a simple rule called 20-20-20, which means after every 20 minutes of screen use, you got to take a break for only 20 seconds. And during those 20 seconds, you have to look away from the screen at something distant, like a tree or a bird or anything, and blink your eyes like this for 20 seconds. So 20 minutes of work, 20 seconds of break, and 20 times blinking. So 20-20-20. This is a very easy way to get rid or prevent dry eye occurrence. Yeah, apart from that, certain addictions like dependence on nicotine, then excess amount of alcohol does not have a direct relation, but some studies have found that drinking beer in excessive amounts would, that brings in an incidence of dry eye earlier than other alcohols. So I think that's about it about lifestyle.
Can dry eyes lead to more serious eye conditions if it is left untreated? And what kind of preventive measures should we take, doctor?
So dry eyes basically cause trouble in two ways. Firstly, our eye needs a certain amount of moisture to function. The fact that we are blinking our eyelids and are not aware of it is because there is a layer of tear film between the surface of the eye and the eyelids. Otherwise, there would be constant friction. So we would be aware that it is blinking, right? So firstly, mechanical damage. So whenever there is dry eye, there is this gritty feeling or sensation that one experiences. Second, dry eyes means deficiency of tears. The tear film in our eye is a natural antibacterial. So whenever it goes down below a certain permissible level, the amount or the incidence of infection increases. So you end up with conjunctivitis, blepharitis, lid infections, so on and so forth. And the third is, if left untreated, dry eyes leads to, there's a stage of dry eyes normally cause diminution of vision. But once it does, it's almost a dead end. There's no turning back. So to prevent these, whatever lifestyle modifications I had previously suggested, that would be inculcated. Obviously, there are other treatments like medicines are there, oral medications are there, certain autologous serums are there. But it is better not to wait and proceed to those stages. Rather, take the primordial preventions and prevent them from occurring.
So, doctor, your expertise and insights on dry eye, a family problem, are really invaluable to this initiative, and we believe your participation will greatly benefit the patients.